Welcome back to another episode of Vegas Views. Dawn Sullivan, Danny Miner. I feel like I haven't been here for a while. How long has it been? We're off how many weeks?
5 weeks.
No way.
Dawn, 5 weeks. And listen, you want to know the best part? We're the #1 show still. We haven't been here in 5 weeks. Maria told me this.
That's pretty insane.
How does that happen?
Thank you guys so much for watching our reruns over and over and over again for 5 consecutive weeks. I actually have been so out of the loop that I didn't know that. Are we still #1?
Yes.
We're the #1 show on social media networks. I'm not shocked. But for 5 weeks, we've been absent. We had the holidays. We had Christmas. So Merry Christmas if I didn't say it to you guys. Happy New Year if I didn't say that to you guys. And then I went to LA with my team. We'll get into that a little bit later. But tell me, Danny, I haven't seen you. When I saw you, you even look different to me.
Do I?
Yeah.
Well, I grew my beard a little longer.
Okay.
And
Good. You look healthy.
I've been working out. Yeah.
Okay.
So other than
I
that,
can tell. You look lean and like fit. Yeah.
You know, and it's weird. I think I told you this before. I found this guy on TikTok.
Okay.
With just these exercises. I don't lift a weight, Don. I'm doing push-ups, sit-ups, all kind of stuff, and it
Who
works.
is this guy?
I can't remember his name.
Okay.
I follow him on TikTok.
So do you follow his, like, does he instruct you what to do?
Yes. Yeah, and it's for guys over 50.
Okay.
So I'm over 50. So.
Okay. You're like well over 50. I'm just kidding.
No, I am. I'm 55.
I know. You're halfway there.
I know.
You don't look 55, though. We know that. You guys, I don't know if
Listen,
you
on TikTok, I look about 40 because I put the filter.
Yeah. And the eye color.
Oh, and then I put the eye color. I love TikTok. It makes me look good. But you know what the problem is? Like, sometimes I'll look at the camera and I forget to put the filter. I'm like, yo, I don't want to do that. My followers will go way down if they see that.
It's hard for me to use a filter in my business because then when the people meet me, I don't want them to be shocked. So if I have a filter on, but I'm not going to lie to you. Every single picture that I took in LA, I was like telling the kids, feed me the photos so I can fix my face in them. So they don't realize how different I look, but it's a slight change. But yeah, I don't want to make myself look too different. I never changed my eye color.
Right.
I give myself, there's a little thing called facelift. I give myself the little face pull. That's about it.
I do the eye color thing sometimes.
Yeah. You look good blue eyes.
I like to. I do the eye color thing sometimes, just when people
How
get
have
me
the
mad.
ladies been? Are they still all up on you?
Yeah.
They have, yeah. You get the love mail? Yeah.
I get the love mail, I get DMs, I get everything. I show them to my girlfriend, and she goes, you know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to videotape your clothes all over the floor and send it to these girls and see if they want it.
The last video of Liv's that I watched, she was actually saying all these negative things about you, and it was hysterical. Oh, we talked about that.
What happened was a lady made a comment that
She loves
you're
you.
so sexy,
Yeah,
you're this,
something
you're
like
that. And my girlfriend on my TikTok and did a video with the comment.
Yeah.
And
she
she
goes,
goes,
the weird things about you.
keep feeding them, ladies. But you don't know how he does this and he does that. And she gave all the bad things about me.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it was good though. The video went to, believe it or not, I didn't think it would go anywhere, but
Yeah.
it actually went to like 15 or 20,000 views on that.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, so it was good.
For some people, for normal people, that's a lot of views.
I know.
For you were like, oh, that's penny views. But like for normal people, that's like $1 million. You know? Just so you know.
Done.
We're all not TikTok famous. Just Instagram.
Don, you know what? It's so weird that you said that because I'll look at a video that I do and it'll be at 20,000. To me, that's a failure.
Yeah.
I mean, and I just, I don't know how I got to this point. I mean, but I love it. I love it. And I just had another video go to 1 million.
What was it?
I just think the kid that was beat up at Rancho High School. I did a video for that.
Oh, but jumped by all those
Yes.
boys and he died.
Yes, and he died.
Can you update me real quick on that one? Because like I said, I've been totally out of the...
7 of the 15, I believe, were arrested. 7 or 8.
And they're all minors.
I think 2 of them were 18. I can't remember.
Are they being charged as minors?
Yeah, no, they're being charged as adults.
You're kidding me.
No. And now I joined the mother's Facebook page.
Okay.
She has like a I think I could probably reach out to her and maybe get
You
her.
got her here? Yeah.
I think I can.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll try that, but
That is so sad. That story is like, can you imagine you send your child off to school and they're there to just learn and they get beat up and die? Like
Right.
that's so, there's no coming back from that. There's no forgiving. I mean, for me,
right.
there's no,
No.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I'm doing really good. Listen, I love this show. And I think I was telling you and Maria before we started because this lets me be me. On TikTok, I have to watch what I say. TikTok will take my videos down.
Uh-huh.
And that's my
You
bread and
can't
butter right
even
now. I can't get banned.
You can't even say deceased, right? You
I have to say on a live.
I
have to say instead of shoot, I have to say pew pew.
Oh my god, that's hysterical though. Seriously, guys, just even if you want to just watch his TikToks, because most of them are like seriously intense. But if you want to watch it for comedy, when he does pew pew, because you'll be like so intense,
God.
especially if you have the blue eyes in, and he'll be like telling you the story, and then he'll be like, and then pew pew, and I'm like, oh my god, he sounds like a freaking cartoon. It makes it funny, but I'm like, do you really have to go there?
You have to watch maybe my last 10 videos because they're good.
Yeah.
I'm making fun out of everything. I'm spinning on a chair. Listen, here's the thing. I'm going to give people TikTok advice and social media advice. You have to do something within the first 2 seconds.
Grab the attention.
The first 2 seconds. So, Dawn, listen. God, I'm giving everybody my
Don't
thing.
give them your
All right, I got to tell this. I'm proud of this.
Okay. Go for it.
If you start the video, I put my reading glasses on because I can't see a thing without my reading glasses, right? So I put my reading glasses on, and as soon as the video stops, I throw the glasses. And I've done that twice now. Like, I start the video by just tossing them off my face and then telling what went on. And then videos go. For that, me throwing... Why is this guy throwing his glasses off? You have to catch their attention right off. Mm-hmm. The good thing, I was a salesperson before I was a content creator, so I know how to sell. Uh-huh. You have to sell your video. You can't just say, hello, I'm Danny. Hope you like my video. Nobody's watching. They're scrolling. Throw your glasses. Say something out of control. You got to do something. So my
offends people. Right? That's always a good thing for Danny.
Listen, this is what I did the other day. I started the video with me spinning on a chair. Spinning around in a circle. And people are like, look at this idiot spinning. But it gets them to stop and say, why is it? I need them to watch it for 5 seconds.
Yeah. That's
5 seconds. They watch the video for 5 seconds, I get credit for.
Yeah.
So, it's gone good. But anyway, the reason I said that was because I have to watch what I say on TikTok. This gives me the avenue that I can say what I want. And
so
it's not just about crime. Do you know what I mean?
So tell me, I'm sure there's so many things you want to bitch out right now. What's going on? Politics, religion. We don't believe in Jesus yet. There's no man on the moon. What else? Come on. Give it to me. I know you've got something good.
All right. Let's start out by this.
Oh, Taylor Swift, and he doesn't believe in...
Oh, my God. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Please stop the insanity. I could care less about them. Who cares? Why would you live your life like, oh, God, she's in love? Who the hell cares? I don't sit there and look at my buddy. I think my buddy's in love. Oh, my God, it's so great. Who cares? And then Travis will cheat on her, and everybody will hate Travis. You know how that goes. Women, they'll put a guy on a pedestal and say, oh, my God, she's so lucky. Look at this guy. He's the best guy in the world. Next thing, he's sleeping with the babysitter. You know how it works. Let's be honest there. Right? And then he's horrible.
Are you just making up for when I said women that didn't vote for Trump are stupid? Because you just said a whole species. You said all women. Danny.
Listen, but it's true.
I'm so sorry for him.
Listen.
I apologize for him. He did not mean that.
Listen, you know how that is. Women will find, like, say one of their friends start dating a guy. They'll put that guy like he's the, oh my God, he pulled the chair out. Oh my God, he made her dinner. He's the best thing. And then he's sleeping with the babysitter. And he's sleeping with her friend. And he's sleeping, oh my God, you believe he did that to her? Yes, he's a guy. I believe he did it to her.
That's what you really think of men. But let me ask
75% of the men.
You're not that type, and I know you're not
I'm not that type.
But you believe 75% of all other men are that type.
I'm going to God, you always get me in trouble because you make me say what I feel, right? I'm going to say this. You put a little chubby kid in a room with a piece of chocolate cake, sooner or later the chubby kid's going to eat that chocolate cake. It's just the way it goes.
What about moral compass, values, respect, religion, vows? No? Nothing?
Have you seen our country?
But I gotta be honest with you, I know some pretty good. Well, then maybe it's this. Maybe I surround myself with a very decent pool of men. Because the men in my life, you being one of them, JC being, so many men are good, loyal, wholesome men. Unless they're all pieces of shit, and I'll find it out in a couple of years. But they're all, you guys are good men. Jason, he's a good guy.
75%. I'm telling you, I will bet you 75%.
I hang out, just so you know, if you're a male and you're in my life, that you're the 25% that are amazing guys, and the rest of you are shit. Yeah. That's what Danny just said.
I just tell the truth. I consider sit there and say, all men are great.
So
Oh, Travis Kelce's never going to cheat. Never.
let me ask
He's the
you-
best guy in the world.
So how do you man this with your daughter? Your daughter is gorgeous. How do you do this with men and your daughter? She's not married, right?
She was married. She's divorced.
Okay, but how are you even okay? Like when you meet a guy that your daughter's with, are you like, oh, you're the 75er or you're the 25er? How do you work that
Yes,
out?
I'm eerie of it because I know.
So he's grinning, so he's going to pull that old school cop shit and grab him up.
No. Listen, I can tell when people are lying. I sense their personality. I sense everything. I went through so many schools. I could tell by how somebody wrote something if they're lying.
So these
I went
guys
through
with
that
your
schools.
daughter, when she was dating and in her time, were you meeting them and were you like, yo, buddy, like, I'll kill you?
I never did that.
Bullshit.
I didn't. See, Dawn likes to. She thinks I was like this mafia type cop.
Because I know. We're one and the same, Danny. I know where you're from. We're one and the same. My dad was grabbing people up. Are you kidding me? Like, some people wouldn't even talk to me. I'm like, why do they hate me?
My dad beat up my sister's boyfriend, and I think my dad was in his 60s.
See?
I think he's in his 60s.
Straight gangster.
when he did it. Yes.
That's why. Yeah.
Listen, my oh God, I'm throwing dirty laundry out here.
That's
but
great.
this was years ago, right?
Okay.
I was
Statute of limitations.
my sister was getting in a fight with her. I think they were married, to be honest with you, at that point, right? And he started all kind of trouble. He came over to my house, and my dad and my sister was at my dad's. My dad beat him up.
He beat his ass?
Yeah, my dad punched
Did you
him.
get in on
And they hit. No, I got there later. My dad was like proud of himself.
Yeah.
My dad's like, Danny, I was punching him. He was punching me, but I took him. My dad was like 63 years old. He's fighting like a 30-year-old man. You know what I mean?
His daughter?
Yes.
Hell yeah, that's a dad. You
Yeah.
better fight
And my
him
dad is
like
your
that.
typical Italian guy. Okay, 5'4", and he wore the polo shirts with the elastic on the bottom. You know, like Tony Soprano. Okay, he had the elastic. All his friends had the elastic on the bottom of their shirts, and he wore a members only coat. That was my dad.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Dads are awesome.
Yeah, but you know,
That's awesome.
no, it's tough. You know, with daughters, you got to watch because I know men are not good.
Yeah.
But you guys, when your girlfriends start dating a new guy, you hold them up here.
You're right. You're
You
absolutely
don't.
right. I'll tell you something.
You're so great.
Not to be. Stop. I'm trying to talk. Some of my girlfriends, though, I'll be honest, I don't know if it's some of the women that I hang around, and I'm drawn to women that are how do I say this? A lot of the women are people, a person that needs other people. Oh, man. How do I say? A lot of my friends depend on me for their psychological help and for their emotional help and just to guide them. I feel like I've been through a lot. I'm going to put it like that. So some of my friends, not naming many, I swear I'd pick the bum on the corner and replace their husband in a heartbeat. The bum on the corner would do better than what they're with now. I'm just putting it out there. So I do know how terrible and gross, and cheating is not even it with some men. Men are just abusers and narcissists. I know the worst bottom of the barrel as well. But I do believe that it's more than 75% of men that are good men. I do believe.
Listen.
There's that whole, I'm going to say it and you're going to get so mad at me.
Go ahead.
There's that whole Christian community. Sorry. I'm Christian. I'm not laughing at the Christians.
I just doubt some stuff. That's all. We're going to get into that. I just doubt some stuff. Oh, but I agree with you. I mean, my daughter, the first thing I told my daughters, I gave them one rule. And my daughter is now single again because she went through a divorce, right? And I gave them one rule. Do not date a cop. And my daughter, they're on these goofy dating sites. I don't know anything about this. I didn't do these dating sites, right? But she said, oh, this cop texts me. I'm like, no. I mean, I told her, no. You're not dating no cop, no nothing. Because at 75%, when you go into the cop field, that goes up to about 90%.
Is that really true?
Yes.
We've kind of dabbled in this before.
Yes.
Is it true?
Listen, we would... God, you're right. Why do you do this to me?
Do the setup?
We would go
down,
to... Listen,
Danny.
they would send you
True.
to schools all the time. Police officers were always going through training.
Okay.
And it was a scam to get out of work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'd send you, they'd pay for your hotel. Half of us would be too drunk to go to the seminar. You know what I mean? You'd blow it off. They sent me to Hey, yeah, I did this. They sent me through a 4-day seminar and gave me a hotel. I checked into the seminar, went right up to my room, and at the end of 4 days, I checked out of the seminar. I didn't go to any of it. And that's what
These are
usually...
majority of officers.
Yes.
The people, well, not currently.
They're getting a free
protecting us.
trip. And they're acting like, yeah, I'm going to go. No, they're not going to that class.
The sad thing is that we actually honor the back in day cops and detectives because the ones today are like, what they're doing today. So that's crazy. So you guys were messing around hardcore.
So listen, so they would go and they'd send us and they'd pay for hotels and everything. And half these cops would bring their girlfriends to the seminar.
And had wives at home.
Yes. Yes. That's true. That's what I told my daughters. No cops. Absolutely no cops.
How about firefighters?
I would say the same thing. Women are, God, I hate to say
Go
this.
for it.
Women are attracted to men like that. They're attracted to the men in uniform.
Boom.
They're attracted to
Let
firemen.
me stop you. No. Women are not attracted to men like that. Specific women are attracted to men like that who haven't yet healed. They're attracted to power. True, Danny. I got to bring out my degree here.
All right.
They are attracted to power, and they are attracted to something that they grew up with. So, for instance, if there's a woman and she's a little girl and she's watching maybe her mother or aunt or grandma or whomever, or it's a same-sex marriage, whatever it is, someone not get treated right, and then a man starts acting that way a little bit, that's comfort. That's home. That's what she knows.
You're probably right.
I am right.
Yeah.
Wait. So then that's where you say a girl that says, "Oh, I love cops." I was just going to say something really bad about these women, and I don't want to do that because I'm not against you. I'm for you. But get healed, ladies, because then you'll stop being interested in cheaters. When a girl says to me, "Oh, Dawn, I have such bad luck. I've been cheated on 7 times." I look at her and think, "Oh, I guess you don't have the therapist on speed dial." Because if you had the therapist on speed dial, or you were in a book, or you were in the right TikTok, or you were in a healing place, you wouldn't be going after these types of men. You keep recreating the type of man that you're dating. Same thing for men. You get men that are like, girls just keep cheating. Go out with a different type of girl. Find a girl in a different place. Get some mental help. I don't mean to sound irritated, but healed women don't like cops. Well, that's not always true, but healed women most healed women don't like cops and firefighters because we kind of know what they're about anyway. You think I want a guy who's a guy's guy hanging out with his buddy, scratching his balls, having a beer, and I'm a maid? That's what healed women think of men like that. Not you, but men like that. Just putting it out there. Get your help.
How did we get in this
We always do. We always do.
This was not planned. This show's not planned out, just so you know.
So listen, just so you know,
yeah,
women, it's not just the men. The women are the antagonist here.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Women keep doing this. Like you have a married woman, right? And she's a married woman, but her husband goes and fights for this country. And she's bored.
Right.
She's bored. So a cop comes along who has a nice, wonderful wife at home, but he's bored. And these two unhealed people are bored together, and they fuck some shit up. They destroy families, they destroy kids. Everyone's getting divorced, which I believe in divorce. If you're not happy, out. If it's not healthy, run. Right?
Yeah.
So that's what happens. So it's not actually a type. It's healthy and unhealthy. It's healed and unhealed. You either dove in or you didn't.
Public service announcement, just don't date cops.
This is not a paid partnership from Metro, but seriously, don't date cops unless they're Danny Minor.
Listen, I'm telling you, I've seen it, guys. It's not good. Cops.
But what
are
about
cheaters.
you now?
What?
What made you? You're so good to live. You're so good to your daughter.
I think that's it. I think
women.
that's it. I don't want my daughters treated like that.
So can other men change, or you were just the chosen one?
I think other men. What do you mean change? You're trying to say I changed? That I used to be.
You had to, because the stories that you tell from your past to now, I can't even see you being like in the realm
when
of
you
that.
brought up,
Liv would kick the shit out.
When you brought up, men that date these women that cheat, these loose women that cheat, that was me.
Yeah.
I think, boy, she's cheating on that guy with me, but she wouldn't cheat on me. Oh yeah, she'd cheat on me.
How would she?
So listen, yes, I've been through that.
Oh, so you were kind of the good party. You had the girls that kept cheating on you.
I had the girls that cheated on me. Yeah.
Were you going out with party girls?
Yes.
They were beautiful.
Yes.
In shape.
Yes.
Beautiful hair.
Yes.
Everything about them was stunning.
Yes.
Yes. Go find a girl in the library.
I did. I found a librarian, Liv.
And what happened?
She's good.
Perfect. See? Thank you, Liv, for being so wonderful.
I did.
I'm healed.
And it's so funny. If you guys knew my girl, we're totally opposite.
Oh, yeah.
Totally opposite.
She is like so cool. He's so cool. I didn't mean that, but she is so cool and so like outspoken. Like, believe it or not, off camera, and in a public setting, you're kind of the lean back, laid back, lives like loud and fun. And he's kind of more reserved. It's very weird how they play off of each other. But yeah, she's awesome. And I would say that you're pretty much like, I don't know. I don't know how you'd survive without her. I don't know how you'd survive without her. She's just like everything that like you need.
Listen, I was single for like 4 years after I got divorced, right? And I was like every other guy. I was going down the sink, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going.
Yeah.
She probably saved my life.
Oh,
If she didn't come into my life, and this is true, I probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Because I was gambling, drinking. You know, I was out of control.
Gambling.
Yeah.
How's your gambling? Tell me.
Gambling's
Have
going
you been?
good.
It's going good.
Yeah,
How
I'm
good?
playing online. So I'm just like, I'm starting to try to.
Last time we spoke, Maria, isn't my producer has to back me up on this one. You told us you were going to stop because it's fake, and you threw the iPad.
Listen, I'm never going to stop. There's something wrong with me, okay? I have addiction problems. My whole life I have had addiction problems. So if you give me something I like, I'm going to continue to do it till I don't like it anymore. And we're going to get back into ADHD. That's what ADHD people do. They fixate on something, and then it's done, and they just go on to the next thing. You might be fixated on that for 2 months, and then you're like, yeah, I don't like that anymore. Bang, I'm fixated on
So
this.
you're fixated on gambling since you...
I'm fixated on gambling, TikTok, poker. Well,
Are you really addicted to TikTok? Like, you're on that shit. I know your content, but other people's shit too. Like, are you addicted? That site is like an addiction.
4 hours a day.
Could you... That's sick. Could
Then
you...
one day I was on there for 8 hours. Because it shows you how long you're on.
That's why you have bad eyesight, because you're fucking with your eyes, Danny. Did you go to the eye doctor?
I haven't been any doctor in like 30 years.
Don't tell me this shit. I can't. We are
telling
so
you.
polar opposite. I go to the doctor. I actually have an appointment tomorrow. But Danny, I want to tell you something about addiction. You know how I am. Like, I don't gamble. You know how I don't gamble. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't smoke weed. I don't eat weed. I don't eat the weed. How does he say it?
Well, shit, I feel bad. You should do it because it's great.
I don't. I don't do any of that stuff. But as of Saturday morning, I have a new one for you, Danny. As
A
of
new
Saturday-
marijuana?
No.
Oh.
A new something that I don't do.
What?
Done with sugar. As of Saturday morning, I kid you not, my breakfast was eggs. I think I had some broccoli, like a hard-boiled eggs, and then
That
something
works.
eggs, and there was something else with water. And I have not had a lick of sugar since then, and I won't. I'm done with sugar. So I'm going to tell you guys how it goes in about 30 days. But as of Saturday, I don't even know what date that was. I think the 13th. I have not had a lick of sugar, and my first 2 days, it was like I was a fucking heroin addict. I was yelling, screaming, my phone's pinging. Fuck these people. I like want to do nothing with any. Even people that I like love, I'm like, can't talk right now. Serious, it was
could give you a
bad.
gummy. You know, just a
I
little.
can't. I don't do anything. I don't like any of it. No,
Really?
it's not naturally who I am. I have to be in my authentic self. I don't even have caffeine. You know that. I don't even have caffeine.
I go to bed with marijuana. I wake up with caffeine. It's my whole life.
Do you know that if me and you were to do an EKG, I would feel so sorry for your little heart. You're spunking out, then you're low and you're going, you're making it go like this. Constant.
Listen, if you lived in my head, okay, it constantly goes. The minute I eat weed, whatever you want me to say, right? I feel relaxed. And all of a sudden I can watch TV. My mind's not racing. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
No, I'm not against anybody else. I have a lot of my kids that smoke weed, not my children, but I have a lot of my kids in the agency that smoke weed, they eat weed, they do everything. I'm okay with it. You want to do that? Go for it. I don't give a shit. I personally can't. For you, I think it's a good idea, but the spikes up concern me. For you, someone like you to ever have a cup of coffee, I feel like I want to just carry you to my cardiologist. Come check this guy out because you're already at like a...
I drink a pot and a half of coffee a day.
Danny, that is so dangerous. That's so dangerous.
Listen.
You cannot do this into your 60s. You can't. I'm going to have to tell Liv. She doesn't drink coffee like that, does she?
No, she hates coffee.
See? She's such a good girl.
I know, and then I'm a mess. I have all kind of addiction problems. I gamble. I do drugs. Oh, I love telling people
You don't
that
do
too.
real drugs.
Listen, I love
Don't
telling
say
people
that.
that.
Danny, we're no meds. Don't tell them Danny mine are no meds.
Listen,
He does not do
people will
drugs.
say to me, hey, do you want to get a beer? And I don't drink.
Thank you.
Okay? So they'll say to me, you want to get a beer? And I'm like, no, I don't drink. And they're like, I say, I don't drink. I just do drugs. People look at me like, what? I just do drugs.
You know what? It's so funny though. I hear from so many people. Did she just give us a 2-minute?
Yeah,
we got a 2-minute.
We never listen to that, but
I know, but we have to start respecting Maria. It's been 5 weeks. We're still in one. She might cancel us. She missed us.
The last 15 minutes, we got to talk about the UFOs. We have to.
Absolutely. But we have a guest on today.
Yeah.
She's an interesting girl. We're going to get into that in just 1 second. I think she's coming on the next segment. So you guys don't want to miss this. But like I was saying, yeah, with your weed, it doesn't matter if you're smoking and what it's doing to you, whatever, but it's changing like the natural use. So I understand in your case,
but I don't
use
do it at
for
night.
medicine.
Yeah, I do it
You're
at night.
kind of using it to relax, to chill, as if a doctor gave you.
Like I'm not going to be here being high. We should do that one day. I should do the show high. That'd be the best. Show the effects of marijuana.
All right, guys. Within the next 4 weeks,
I'll be
we're
sitting
gonna
there like
show.
this. What, Don?
No, I would be having to hold the show up myself.
I'd be like this in the corner eating, Doritos.
Shit, do you get like that?
Yeah.
You calm down?
Yes, that's why I do it.
Like real calm.
Real calm. I'll be
Oh my
sitting there.
God. Olivia's probably like putting the baby to sleep. That's okay.
Listen, I do
That was
these.
funny.
I do these things called sips.
What is that?
They're like little energy shots. They're like this big of marijuana. It's liquid, and I just.
Oh, did you? I saw a
I just
picture and you
tricked it.
sent me all the shit you bought from the dispensary. I'm telling you, this guy spends like $8,000 in the dispensary. He sends Maria and I pictures. I'm like, what did he buy? I'm trying to look into it. It's like, is that weed bread? Like, what is this guy have?
I know. Listen, I know you gotta go.
Tostitos or something.
I go to California because it's cheaper in California.
Yeah.
Weed here in Vegas is. I go to this place called the Healing Center in Needles, California, and the Healing Center. You walk in California, it's like how. Yeah, they have to buzz you in. You see the security guard here. California, you just walk right in the door, man. It's like a gas station. And you're just picking your crap up and you don't feel like a criminal. Like, here, let me buzz you in. Let me stare at your license, right?
DNA sample.
California, hey, what do you want? There's weed everywhere. I don't agree with all of California's policies, but I like their weed policies.
Yeah. I don't think the California straw policy, like legit. I was excited to get home and use a plastic
Maria's yelling
straw.
at us.
I know. Okay, guys, we're going for a commercial break. Someone's got to pay the bills around here. Guys, we will be right back. Please tune back in. Not only do we have a very, very, very special guest who's very special to me, but she will be a household name sooner than later, and you guys want to be the first to get to know her. We will be right back after this commercial break. Thank you guys for tuning in.
The year is 2980, and we now know that death is not the end. A soul can be extracted from the recently deceased and be used to create a blue liquid called essence. It can bring a person back to life.
We'll get her back.
I hope so.
It's an expensive process used by the rich and powerful. The rest, they do what they can to survive.
Stay right there.
You told me you're hiding from some dangerous people.
Let's knock on the door. I spent the last year searching for the Deep Star. A bounty so big that the entire galaxy could be yours.
People have been looking for the Deep Star for years. They can't be found.
It's because they can't find the distress beacon. I know where it is.
If we find the Deep Star, we could get enough credits to bring Mom back.
Blast off.
Guys, we have company.
You can run, but you cannot hide. Prepare for impact.
I am now authorized to take action.
And now you die.
No!
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand in human history. Social media shows is now the new media of the century.
We are back, Vegas Views, and guess what? We're going to talk about my favorite topic, and it kind of makes Dawn a little uncomfortable when we talk about this.
Joe Biden?
No.
Oh.
We're going to, we're going to talk about UFOs, and Joe Biden doesn't even know where he's at, let alone a UFO, right? Could you imagine? Hey, what do you think of UFOs, Joe? What? She gave me a saucer for my coffee. I got me a saucer for my coffee. Hi, Jill. Jill, am I still the president, Jill? Come on.
He's getting pretty bad.
He's getting really bad. It's to the point that it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Did you see him in Pennsylvania?
I didn't. But
He didn't even know who he was.
My cousin called me and she was like, he's gotten like bad. They're gonna have to like put him away.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was like a deer in the headlights.
A couple of month nap. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, folks, listen. I'm an older man now. I'm 55 years old. Quit electing old people.
Yeah.
We got to get over that.
Seriously.
You can't elect a 70 and 80-year-old man. And let me tell you something. This my buddy said. I love my father, but I don't want him to be a president of the United States.
Yeah.
I love him, but I don't want him to be president. Listen, it's just a fact. We're not picking on older people. We start losing it a little bit. We're not as fast. We're not as this.
What if their brains are still there? Trump's freaking...
Trump is still angry.
You know what he did say today, though? It was on Good Morning America. They were replaying it. Whoopi Goldberg came on or whatever, and she was talking. She goes, did you just say, oh, God's Whoopi? Anyway, that's a whole story in itself. But Trump goes, I don't care. He was at one of his things, and he goes, I don't care if you're sick. Get out and vote. I don't care if you're about dead. Get out and vote. If the last thing you do before you die, seriously, is vote. You did the right thing. And I'm like, oh my God, he didn't. But he's so true. It's so true. Like, go out and vote, guys. Please get this guy out of office. He's like a snail. That's all I can say. He's like a snail.
I mean, I don't get. Do you get? Oh God! See, we went from UFOs right to politics.
No, we'll get back, but I had to hear your view on it. He's really fading fast.
Listen,
Dude's like almost done.
Why is the Democratic Party staying with this guy?
I don't know.
Like, I mean, they gotta know they're gonna lose. I mean, there's no way you're not gonna lose. This guy's an idiot.
Yeah. And then, what's her face? Harris. And this morning, she was saying something, and she's like, they were like, you got to get out there and campaign a little bit more. You got to campaign because the Republicans are campaigning, and Trump's out there. If you look at the polls right now, Trump's at 51%.
Yes.
You know what that means? And that's not even his fans. That's just people coming around that were like, somebody said to me, what did Fred say earlier? He said something about Trump, we want our money back.
Yes.
It's true. If you want your money back. A friend of mine just said, if you want your money back, go Trump.
Listen.
See, this is where I'm going to get so much freaking hate right now.
God, here's the thing that really was shocking last night that people probably didn't see. They did an exit poll to the voters last night in Iowa, right?
Yeah.
Do you know 63% of the people feel the election was fixed at that Iowa caucus? They don't believe Joe Biden won. 63% of the people that voted last night believed the election in 2020 was fixed. That's a high number. That is a high number.
So then let's think of this logically. Two things are going on here. Then one thing, it was completely rigged, fake, and the truth is just coming out. Or two, we have such a great manipulation in this country. And now, because of social media, there's such a blast and so easy to manipulate our sheep.
Let me tell you something, Don. I don't mean to scare anybody, but what would happen if Trump goes to jail?
Trump's not going to jail.
If he did. What do you think some of his
mafia? He can't go to jail. It's not gonna. Trump is not going to jail. No way. I will be so shocked. I'm going to visit.
Hey, Sammy the Bull. Did you see Sammy the Bull? You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Listen, when he gave up John Gotti, I don't even know why I'm talking about this. Because when he gave
real, Dan.
My father, when he gave up John Gotti, my dad was pissed.
You don't do that.
When you take that oath, you don't do that. You go to jail.
You go to jail.
That's what my dad said. You take that oath, you go to jail. I told you, my dad was a little shady. He was Italian.
You think someone's going to clip him soon? He's walking around. He has a show now.
Oh, no. Right? The reason I was talking about him, he said they interviewed him yesterday on his show. And it was on TikTok. The mafia tried to get in with Trump. They wanted to get Trump in with them back in the day when he was in New York and Trump refused to do it. They said they couldn't get to Trump. They wanted to get Trump in with the mafia, and they couldn't get them. That's what he says. So they said Trump wouldn't do anything illegal with them. That's what he said. And now people act like Trump's this big heart. Listen, I know what Trump is. He's an ass. He's an arrogant goofball. Yes, I mean, I know it.
He's a narcissist. He's completely diagnosable. But he is my president.
Listen, all I know is I had more money then, okay? I wasn't paying $5 for gas. And listen, what the Democrats do, they try to make you feel bad if you don't vote for them. They use shame on you. honest to God, to make you vote for them. I mean, that's what they do. And they make you feel like you're a bad person if you don't vote for them.
Real quick, one more. I'm not setting you up for anything. I just want your opinion. I just really, you're not going to hurt any one population because you've already done that. But migrants, what do you think about this in New York and LA? We were just in LA, crazy homeless. On top of that, migrants at the border. What are your thoughts?
This is my thoughts are. First of all, I respect anybody that wants to come to this country. Honest to God. Why wouldn't you? We have a great country. I love this country. So I respect anybody that tries to come here. We can't let everybody in. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's going to cause problems, and it is causing problems. But the thing that Gavin Newsom does, which I hate that pretty boy. Look at me, I'm Gavin Newsom. All the women love me, right? No, they don't. Slick boy. Didn't I call him Slick boy before?
You once called him Slick boy.
I can't stand this guy. Oh my God. Now, in California, all the veterans that don't have health insurance, right? You can't even go to the doctor when you're sick. There's people that have illnesses that can't go to the doctor. This ass is going to give free health care to all the migrants coming into this country. Now, you tell me that's right, Don. You tell me he's giving them and housing. They're getting housing. They're getting free health care. And our veterans who fought wars for this country get shit. It's bullshit. See, you had to fire me up.
I agree with you. But can I put a spin on what you're saying? I think it should be filtered a little bit differently. I don't think it should be the migrants. I don't think it should be the Americans. I think it should be the people that truly want and can get help. Because there are people in Las Vegas that walk around asking to help specific types, homeless people. 60% of homeless people don't want a home. They want to be homeless.
I agree with you.
Because they can't comply with what this means to have a home.
I agree with you.
Pay a bill, get a job, get off drugs. They're more comfortable on their drugs in their tunnels.
Right.
There's nothing, you know what I'm saying? So I believe it should be more so like who are we going to give the medical insurance to and the housing to the people that actually want it and want to start a life here? Go for it. Absolutely. If you're a migrant, and give them housing, give them medical, get everybody healthy. Let's go and make them productive people in society. But honestly, if they're a migrant on fentanyl and then they're going and getting some housing and then they're just bringing their fentanyl friends in their fentanyl house, it's not going to work out. So that's the major problem in this country is the drugs and alcohol. That's a major problem. So no matter who we let in, if you're not fucking around on drugs and alcohol, you should be all right, and we should be able to help you. Where the government fucks up is just like you said, all migrants free this and that. And then what about the people on the street that still have a chance to be helped? The ones that aren't chewing their own arms.
Let me give you even better so you understand it better. You work for a company, okay? And that company's making you pay $300 to $400 a month for your health insurance. But some visitors come in and they get free health insurance. They just walk in the effing building and they get free health insurance. You tell me that's not fair. This is our country, Don. Okay?
And
this is our country. It wouldn't
happen in any other country except Canada. But it wouldn't happen. It doesn't happen in any other country.
Don't even get me started on Canada. That's a dictatorship. Canada is already over the hill and into a dictatorship. That president of that country, he makes me sick. Don, he is an ass. You think our president, this guy is dictator stamped on his head. I can't stand him. I can't stand Canada. I feel bad for you. That guy's an ass. He's an ass.
So all my Canadian followers, I love you. We love you. I'm sorry.
Don, listen, we're losing our country. We are losing our country.
I know.
It's
sad.
I will bet you within 10 years, less than 10 years, there'll be people succeeding from the union. Absolutely. I see Texas going first, and I'm going wherever the Republican right go. I'm not living through this woke crap. I'm done with it. I'm not going to watch what I say. It's my life. I can say whatever I want. Okay?
You can say whatever the fuck I want.
I almost say.
Yeah. Because he barely curses. It's me with the podcast.
Listen, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Okay? I got to watch what I say. I can't say this. I got to do this. Get out of here. Seriously, get out of here. We're sick of you. Listen, when I grew up, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. But everybody in this generation pees down their leg because of names. Every one of them. I said what I said, you're weak. You're weak. You're weak.
They didn't just say they peed down there.
Yes, they do. Oh my God. Did he say that? I need a safe room. Let me pee in the corner. Oh my God. Listen, we went to to school bullying, and we punched the bully right in the nose, because that's what our parents told us to do. Our parents didn't tell us to sit in the corner and pee on our leg. And that's the way it is.
I have a quick story. I want to get into aliens. I did not forget that UFO was the whole line. But one thing I want to say is I just spent the last week, well, I'm going to say 6 months with a group of kids, but the last week, like in the actual confines of with just me and a bunch of teenagers. And when I tell you upbringing is everything, it is everything. I see so many different types of kids. And Danny, the ones that kind of were raised a little bit like us, where it was like, go out, do that, pick that up, do it. The ones that were raised to be more tough have so much more of a chance to succeed in life than the ones that have everything being done for them. I watched it single-handedly. I thought of you a couple of times. I thought to myself, oh, look at these kids and how they're getting by. Now, basically, they're left to their own devices with no parents in a hotel for a week. They have to change themselves, get themselves ready, figure out their own food. Yeah, figure out their own food. It's like a boot camp for kids. I give them an itinerary and I say, follow this. Don't ask me shit. Follow this, and if you need me, call me.
Right.
And some of them survived and did fantastic. And some of them were like day one, fell to their knees. They didn't even know how to follow directions. And I thought if this was back in the day, my group of people, we would have all been like...
We were adults by 15, 16 years old. I mean, because we were left, and we have some people in the audience that are in their over their 40s in the audience, and we were in Generation X. Our parents left us out the door at 9 o'clock.
Absolutely.
And we came back.
Yeah.
They didn't know we were gone for 10 hours. Nobody knew where we were. There was no cell phones, no nothing.
There is some good to that, though, and there's some bad to that. The good to that is, like, we figured it out streetwise. We made it work. We kind of figured out what we had to do and how to grow up. The bad thing about that is emotionally, like, seriously, we were just really unresolved kids. Like, we're trying to be a kid, and we didn't ask questions like they do now. Like, kids now will tell me, well, why do I feel this enormous amount of anxiety? Like, back then, my parents would have been like... What?
I can imagine telling my dad, I have a little anxiety. I don't know if I could play the football game tonight. My dad would have kicked me in the ass. What do you mean anxiety? Do you remember Sopranos when his son was laying in bed and his son wouldn't get out of bed and Tony walked in and pulled him right out of bed? What the hell's wrong with you? He said to him. Dad, I'm depressed. Get the hell out of bed. There was none of that crap. There's no depression, anxiety, nothing.
It's so amazing, though. It is so amazing, though, how these young people are able to, like, get their feelings, articulate them, and talk. Because even to me, they'll say, well, and they're diagnosing themselves. I'm thinking these kids are smart because they're, like, right on. Where back in my day, I'd be like, oh, I feel funky as fuck. This feels like a bad trip. Something's going on. That was anxiety to me. I remember saying, like, oh, I'm bugging out. Something's not right up there. You know, where kids now, they understand what they're going through. So it is good that they're like that. It is okay because then that forms a better generation who can get healed and they won't take the cops, right?
Do you think I need help? You think Brian?
I've already diagnosed so many times, honey. Yeah. I really wouldn't put you on meds because I know you like things too much. So I can see you like it. Adderall. Like
I'd be taking them all the time. Boom,
and then you know what that turns
Could you imagine if I ever did coke?
No.
Oh my God.
Oh,
jeez.
You would be like, you would give me a heart attack on coke. Ding, 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 ding. You'd be like a cat all over the place. But no, serious guys, be careful. That's another thing. Adderall Adderall and Xanax and all those types of things, guys, they're just a clean version of what's going on the street. So when you see someone and they're like scratching their freaking neck to death, and you see these bad drug addicts and they're missing hair and they're bleeding and they're homeless and all this stuff, and it's like a meth or a heroin addiction, sometimes it does start by prescription medication. So be very careful if a doctor says to you, oh yeah, let me just put you on a ton of this for pain or a ton of this, or if you don't know if you have ADD but your parents are putting you on some ADD medication, be very careful. These things turn into massive addictions. I know teen girls right now or in their 20s right now who've been prescribed specific things, and next thing you know, like, you're sticking a needle in your arm and now you're a prostitute because you got addicted to something because you told a doctor you had anxiety, and now all of a sudden you're on heroin. I mean, there's segues. Yeah. Be very careful. That's why I say Dawn Sullivan, Danny Miner, no meds. I'm really adamant about no meds. They are segues to destroy your life. And if you think you're too strong, it won't happen to you. I can control my situation. You know how you can control your situation? Be like me. Don't do any of it. Don't do it. Absolutely. No meds. Completely clean lifestyle.
Not me. But anyway.
But see, you're not out there like tapping your arm for some Adderall, right? You're not.
Now, do we have 5 more minutes at least in this segment? Oh gosh.
3.
Let's real quick, Todd. Let's just. I just want to tell you real quickly what came up. Okay, we had They released a new video.
Okay.
And they released a 3-document series on TMZ with all these whistleblowers.
Okay.
Don, now don't laugh. You got to look at it first. I sent it to you, but I know you were busy. You have to watch it when you get home. They filmed a jellyfish UFO over Iraq when the war was going on. Now listen, just hear me out, Don. Hear me out, okay? Our government released this. It floated over Iraq, and our government officials weren't able to see it with night vision. It happened at night. So they put the night vision on it, couldn't see it. Anybody on the ground couldn't see it. The only way they seen it was when they put the thermal camera on it. And you could see its heat. It went from warm to cold. Don, it floats over Iraq, goes into over the ocean, goes into the water for 17 minutes, and then shoots out and goes into space.
So, real quick.
Don, I'm not kidding you.
I know.
It's on News Nation. It's on every channel.
Are you serious? I see how you're
It's on every channel.
Let me just clarify.
And there's a chandelier one, too.
Okay. Let me just clarify. It's a jellyfish.
Yes.
It's in the sky.
Yes. And listen, not far in the sky. Like, just a couple 100 feet up.
Okay.
Like, as high as a building. That's it.
Okay. So jellyfish is going.
Yes. It has legs.
It has legs. Back down in the water, natural habitat.
17 minutes and shoots
It's a
back
real
up.
jellyfish.
No, it was stiff. So when it went in stiff. So them legs on it, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
When you see this, you ain't gonna believe it. Now people.
So wait,
people
it shot back up, and then it was just up in space.
Gone.
Went back home.
Yes, went back home. Mm-hmm. Then in Iraq, our military filmed this. This wasn't, Joe shit, the garbage man, okay? This was our military. This is our military, all right? They filmed this. Then they filmed a chandelier UFO that appeared in the sky over Iraq.
Are you talking about an actual chandelier?
It looked like a chandelier in the sky, and it just stayed there. Didn't move, didn't do anything, and it stayed there. And our military filmed this, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, they just had a hearing again on Friday. Did you hear that?
No.
Okay, they had 10 of our congressmen who are in this investigation thing of these UFOs meet with these whistleblowers on Friday. So as the Congress people are coming out, News Nation, Fox, CNN, they're all there interviewing them. The one guy, they go up to him and they said to him, so do you want to hear more? The one rep said she wanted to hear more. You just didn't get all the info you wanted. And he goes, you always want to hear more, blah, 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 blah. And the reporter goes, the one congresswoman said that they're not ETs, they're extra-dimensional beings.
So into the dimensions.
No, the guy goes, well, and he blows it off. He's like, yeah, we want to hear more, and he tries to change the subject, and the reporter wouldn't get away. He goes, the congresswoman said that you were told it's extra-dimensional beings. And he said, I'm not going to tell you what they told us. And he walked off. This is and listen, I had a guy tell me, now Tucker Carlson has came out, and Tucker Carlson said that what he knows about this scares him, he won't even tell his wife and kids. What he heard from the whistleblower scares him so much, he won't tell his wife and kids. I had one of my friends text me and say, he's just doing that for rich and fame. He's the biggest news guy in the world. He probably makes $110 million a year. I don't think he needs to tell us about this to be rich and fame. He's telling us about this because he was told this.
Now,
this could only hurt him.
Now, let me ask you.
I totally believe this.
One, what would you feel like if I said 72-hour hold? Would you... What are we looking at? Are we looking at like never talking to me again, or would we... Danny,
listen,
I get your belief system sometimes.
Listen, you gotta see this.
If I see it, Danny, but they're talking about
this is
chandeliers in the sky.
Listen,
it sounds like you're eating cali weed.
Listen, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't even want to tell you this.
Tell us.
You're really going to think I'm nuts.
I do.
They're saying these crafts are alive.
The crafts are
alive.
You know, if you end up right about all this shit, like before my death day, I will tell you, Danny, you were right, and I am so sorry. You were looking at like you were nuts, but you know how much feed I get when I keep a straight face when you do this? I'm not kidding. My Instagram just went up a gazillion people because like, watch this lady, look at this crazy man and not laugh. It was so hard not to burst out.
Remember this, and I know we got your guest. I want to bring her on because we need somebody with talent, not me that just has a big mouth. We need someone with talent on this show.
Is stuck. I'm not kidding.
But listen, I just want to end it with this, okay, about this UFO. We could talk about this later, maybe even with your guests once we talk about this. But listen, we were lied to since birth, and it's going to come out. It's going to come out. They can't hide it anymore because of cell phones, cameras, social media. It can't be hidden anymore. That's why the government is showing us these UFOs. This wasn't released by the guy filming in Pahrump that just did coke and was doing marijuana. This was filmed by our military. Okay, I don't know, and our government is. Our government's.
He picks on Pahrump. He picks on people in wheelchairs at Walmart. What do you call them? They're eating themselves into a wheelchair.
I might have said.
It's the fat people. Now he's against 75% of men. Keep your guard up. He hates almost all the politicians. Jesus.
I do hate the plot. But what I'm saying to you, Dawn, it's coming out. They can't hide it. They can't hide it.
And you believe in all. Like, I just have a hard time
This is
that.
what-
Like, I don't know. I'm going to now believe that there's like just the shame.
Are you ready for this? I got Liv believing me now.
Bullshit.
Yes, I do.
Why?
Liv talked it and saw this one TikTok where this girl's. God, this is good. I swear, 1 minute, Maria, and then we're going that the segment's over. Liv sent me this video. This girl, she's in Vegas. This girl's a big TikTok creator here in Vegas.
Okay.
She believes we are AI.
Oh, shit.
Are you ready for this?
Man.
Now hear me out. Let hear me out. This interdimensional people that are coming that we're seeing is from the future. And they made us. We are what they made. They turned AI so good that we are AI.
Oh,
They made us have a consciousness. They made us have a consciousness and everything. That we think we're somebody.
Believe this shit.
I think there's. I don't know what to
Someone
friggin'
made you.
believe now.
What-
I don't know.
Where are my parents? Where are the people? Like, where, if that's the truth, and then that time thing you talk about, then where is everybody? Tell me.
The interdimensional thing, so everybody understands. This is what interdimensional means. And the only reason I watch Tom DeLonge, I watch all of these guys that are into this UFO stuff. Okay? Interdimensional means that there is no such thing as time. None. We made time up. There's no such thing as time. It's all made up by humans. And everything is going on right now. Everything. Little Dawn, back when you were 5 years old, is going on right now. You know?
Oh, I know.
40-year-old Dawn's going on right now. Okay?
Those people that know me, I know.
Everything's going on right now. All the thing. Everything's going on right now. That's what dimensions are.
So my parents are alive somewhere doing
Your
this.
parents are alive. My parents are alive right now in some kind of dimension. Okay? And I believe that with this AI, first of all, this AI, listen, I'm dumb as hell. Okay? Believe me. The only thing I can do is talk. I did a website in 8 hours. I did my own website in 8 hours. I could have never done that. And you know how I did it? AI. AI is the future of this
Were
thing.
you AI and on pot? Or you no pot?
I was high when I did my website. And I did really good. You know what I
I'm
did?
proud of you, actually. When you said you built a website in 8 hours, I was like, good for you, Danny. I'm impressed by that. I'm really impressed by that, truly. I know I make fun of you a lot, but I'm truly impressed by that.
And it's nice.
Yeah, I'm checking it out. Guys,
All right.
we'll be right back.
We'll be
After
back.
this commercial.
Oh, you were lied to. You were lied to.
Since birth.
Since birth.
Nobody ever walked on the moon.
No. That's the biggest joke ever. That's the biggest joke ever. Yeah. In 1950, we were on the moon, and they videotaped their flight back to Earth. I'll show you a bridge. I'll show you a bridge.
28, 27.
I will bet $1 million that they never walked on the moon. $1 million.
Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, Social Media Shows is always collaborating with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. So please consider helping and donating to this great cause because we're always doing things for veterans. So GI Connections, Social Media Shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran.
I was always smarter than the other kids. I matured at an early age. I was always a daydreamer, but I surprised my foster parent all the time.
You have come a long way, Cal. I'm proud of you.
As I learned by myself with no homeschool or public school, I was always alone as far back as I can remember. I'm an orphan and never met my real parents, and I never wanted to. Books soon became my new friends. They never talked back, and I could always rely on them to be there for me. Other kids my age made fun of me. They called me a freak because I knew more than them. I learned to keep my mouth shut. My foster parent didn't really pay attention to me while I grew up. He always thought I was weird.
I wouldn't be in this mess if it wasn't for you. You told me to drown my dad. What the fuck is wrong with you? How twisted are you?
You just murdered your father. They'll start looking for him. They'll eventually see the boat rocking alone in the lake.
Hey, do you need any carports or anything? What the hell are you doing on my property?
No, sorry, I was just leaving.
Then get the hell off my property. I don't need you and you little shits fucking on my property. Hey, do I know you?
No, I don't think so.
Aren't you Crop's son?
Yeah,
How's he doing?
he's okay.
Is he still drinking?
Welcome back to another crazy episode of Vegas Views. Dawn Sullivan, Danny Miner. We have a guest today. Her name is Grace. Grace, please tell our audience your first and last name.
Grace Tabron.
Grace Tabron. Grace is actually one of my talent. Grace is a minor, so she is accompanied by her father. So thank you so much to her dad, Fred, for bringing her in today. So,
And have to listen to our crazy show.
oh, he listened to everything. He was laughing at it.
He likes it.
Yeah,
I thought they were going to leave. I love that. Did they leave?
Yeah, imagine Dad was like, no, Grace, Dawn's cool and everything, but that Danny guy, he's a little bit off for us.
Could you imagine getting interviewed by us? That gotta be the scariest thing, especially me. I'm crazy.
Seriously.
You don't know what I'm gonna say.
Right. No, if I didn't know you, I would be like, oh, hell no, you don't know what's going to pop out of that guy's mouth. Anyway, okay, guys, so you know, any of you guys that follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and all that stuff, that my career full-time, I'm a talent agent. I also do work in crime and psychology and all that kind of stuff, and how Danny and I originally got together was through crime, and it kind of just meshed. So we do a little bit of everything. So my full-time is with my kids. When you guys always hear me say kids, everyone probably thinks I have a slew of children. I have no biological children, just so you know, but I have a lot of kids that I work with, which are teens into their early 20s and some older as well. So I brought my whole crew to Los Angeles. Remember how I did IMTA New York City? Well, we just came back from LA and we got an awesome, awesome result. Grace has a story to tell, and she is actually one of my kids who did an exceptionally well job, and an extraordinary story to go along with it. So I kind of want to use this platform really quick to give Grace a minute to tell her story. One, to give her that and give her some exposure, and two, to give other young people that might want to act or model or get into a business to show you that if nothing is impossible. It is hard sometimes to get into the industry that you want to be in, but sometimes things just align and happen the way they're supposed to happen. So I guess the biggest takeaway from this, from me to you, would be when opportunity knocks, go. Be a part of it. See what things are about. If something's knocking on your door, go for it. Okay, so Grace, welcome to the show.
Hello.
How are you? So thus far, what do you think of Danny?
I like him. I like him. I like people who are like a little like overzealous.
He's
and,
overzealous, a little crazy, right?
Yeah, a little crazy.
Grace and I know each other very, very well. We just spent the last week with each other. When I tell you almost 24/7, it was like breakfast, dinner together, everything we did together. It was a lot of running around and crazy. We spent a lot of time together and got to know each other even better than we knew each other prior. And she's got a little Danny in her too. She's a little bit like, what did I say? A little kooky, whatever it is.
Yeah,
but
a little Lulu.
A little Lulu in a good way. I'm a little Lulu, but she's a little bit more Lulu like Danny in that kind of way. So I think they'll get along just great. So Grace, let's start here. Let me ask you, how long have you wanted to be a model?
Honestly, it's been like a far off dream kind of my whole life.
Okay.
But I never really knew if it was possible fully.
Okay.
I
So you
guess.
had some doubts if it's something that you could accomplish, or it was something that's obtainable for your life, or what was your biggest, like, I don't know if I can see myself as a professional model. What would be the one thing you thought may have held you back?
It just seemed so far off, like unachievable, untouchable.
Okay.
Like, it just felt like, especially growing up, like there was a disconnect between famous people and regular people.
Okay. So you in your head you were a regular person. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a regular person today?
I don't think so.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, that's
So, starting with the story, let's start from the beginning. So, I'm going to say my side, and then you say your side, because I think we have an epic story together, myself and Grace. Okay. So, I'm in Target one night. Yes, Target. And I'm walking. I think I picked up my prescriptions in the CVS, and I'm walking around, and I think it was almost like in the decor aisle, because I was probably looking at pillows, because I always do that. You think you're weird. I got issues, right? Because I'm about pillows. And I'm not kidding. I see a girl and she's walking with a book on her head with a boy behind her. And she's tall and she's beautiful. And I look and I said, oh, are you tripping? Because like, you just have a girl with a book on her head. And I looked again and I went into my bag and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, are you a model? And she's like, no, but I want to be her. I forgot her exact response. And then her boyfriend just seemed so sweet. And I said, I don't mean to come off like cuckoo crazy, but let me give you my card. I'm a talent agent. I do a class Friday nights and we walk with books on our head. So it's weird that I'm just seeing you with a book on her head. And she was just so sweet and polite. And then I gave her my card. Let's tell them your end of the story.
So it was a long day. I was not having a perfect day. I was kind of tired and drained. And my boyfriend was like, let's get out of the house. Let's just go do something. So we go to Target. And I'm just goofing around, acting silly. We were looking at all the toys and being like, oh, should we get this? Should we get that? And then somehow it happened where he dared me to walk the aisle with a book on my head. And if I could do it, he would get me whatever makeup or beauty item I wanted. And I heard that makeup. I was like, okay, I can do this. I was a dancer growing up. I got this. So I did it. And then I see Dawn walking along the aisle and she kind of stops and looks at me. For a second, I was going to get shy and be like, oh, sorry. But then I heard a voice in the back of my head say, tighten your core, don't stop. So I just finished the aisle and then she's like, are you a model? And I'm like, oh, I want to be whatever. And then she gave me her card. And a couple aisles before that, I was like, I put it out there. I was like, God, you're just going to drop something into my lap. It's going to change my life. It's going to move me out. Any problem that I have, it's going to solve it. And that's happening.
Okay. So that's what happens. A couple of days later, Grace gives me a call. Actually, she was very quick to respond. Gives me a call. Her and her dad come in. That's Fred. He is amazing and awesome. Great dad. Most supportive dad I've ever worked with, I think. And native New Yorker from Buffalo, so we had like that in common, East Coast mentality, very, very cool guy, and we all just got along really well. We did a test shoot on her, we did a nice photo shoot, her pictures came out beautiful, and I was ramping up to do this trip to LA, and secretly in my head, I'm like, oh God, I want Grace in LA with me, but she was a brand new model. I mean, I think she had come to 2 classes when I started to think, can I take her with me? I don't know. And then there was finances and there was so much. There was a lot to just call this kid and say, hey, you're a minor child. Can you come to LA with me? Like, we had just met, but she was taking my classes on Friday evenings and she was walking and she was getting better every week. And in between that whole long story, so the night before the event, we had made it work, from her dad to myself and her mom. And we said, Grace, you're going to go to LA with us. And how scary. for such a young girl, which, to be honest with you, funny part of the story is her dad texts me and says, is there any paperwork or anything? I said, oh, don't worry, I'll have Grace sign it. In my head, she's not a kid. She's 18. And this dad even trusted me enough. He was still like, all right, well, like she's a child. And in my head, because she looks so much older, you wouldn't think. And I'm like, oh, she could sign her own paperwork. This kid couldn't even, can you get a license? Are you old enough for a driver's? Oh, you're old enough for a driver's license. But not even old enough to sign paperwork. I'm like, oh my God. Anyway, so we go and we had a really, really good time the very first day there. There was a small casting going on that turned into a very big casting, and Grace ended up getting a part in that runway show. So she had her very first runway show in Los Angeles. I did send Dad all the footage. The second it was going on, it was like, click, here's your baby's first runway show, which was really cool. And then in the process of going to the IMTA, it's all about showcasing yourself. So she had a bunch of different competitions to go to, and then we had callbacks, which she, out of my group, did amazing. One of the top 2 in my group. She was called up on the stage. What were you up for? All those awards? I don't know. You just kept winning shit. She just kept winning
print,
shit. So
jeans,
I don't. Yes, runway, fashion print,
TV beauty.
TV beauty. I mean, she was taking the competition. So in my heart, I was like, wow, this is crazy. This is just such a short, quick thing. I had people working at this for 6 months to a year that went with us, and they did well. Don't get me wrong. My whole team in their own way did well. But I guess the story here is that you never know. I find her in Target. We put her in action. And she just showed up. I mean, from that very first time you hit the runway, she has the biggest names in the business, which we are allowed to name. The biggest names in the business she's sought after right now. So when we ended up having our callbacks and I looked at Grace's sheet, I knew I had a success. I knew I had America's Next Top Model amongst me. I knew it. So it was an epic experience for me to watch. A lot of tears, I'm not going to lie, and I don't cry. And anyone I represent knows that I'm tough. I don't cry, but the kid had me crying. So tell them your end of it. What happened? To anyone looking to go, tell them what it was like for you. And tell them the truth. Some things were not so great, and it was scary.
It was the first night that we got there. I started to freak out a little bit, have some anxiety, things were getting in my head. I was having like almost a panic attack, and I called Dawn, and
2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's 2 in the morning, and I'm like, Dawn, I'm freaking out. I don't even know if I want to be here. I don't know. I want to go home. I feel
She was
scared.
this close to going home. Yeah.
And Dawn's like, try to get some sleep. Wake up tomorrow. Go to the practice, and then we'll gauge it off of that. I wake up and I end up feeling great. I do my yoga, take a shower, and I'm feeling fine. I go to the first practice, and immediately I'm calmed down because I see everybody else seems to be as nervous as I am. And then that was the first casting walk. And before I went on, said my prayers, release energy, tell myself I'm excited, not nervous. And then, I don't know, it was just easy after that. Yeah. Except TV Beauty, but I still got an award in that.
TV Beauty is a competition where new models have to read scripts. And it is a little bit difficult if you are a fashion model. She is a runway model. So being a runway model, she tries on clothing, she walks the runway, she's in different shows. So that was easy for her. But the television part was a little bit challenging, but you still did great.
Yeah, surprisingly.
You got an honorable mention for that one, right? Yeah. So she actually started winning stuff for the things she did better. And she was very much sought after in the whole competition. So I can't tell you how amazing you did. You were like, I couldn't believe it. Everybody was thinking like, Grace, this will be a good opportunity for her to see. This will be a good opportunity for her to kind of see what maybe the New York convention might be like. But no, she came there, she came to win, and she killed it. And we actually also in our group had Singer of the Year, Actress of the Year by another one of our girls who we will have here. But it was just an epic experience. I ended up getting sick toward the end, which you were so helpful to me when I got sick. And I realized how much I had to lean on some of these kids when I got sick. But it was an amazing experience to watch, and I couldn't be any more proud of you, and you did an amazing work. And everybody that you worked with through Dream Trucks has just epic things to say about you, how friendly you are, how kind you are. You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Would you suggest it to somebody who's quote unquote unprepared? You weren't unprepared, but you didn't have as much time in as everybody else. You were kind of like, I found you, we took you, next thing you know, you wake up in LA in this big scary thing with big names around you. Would you suggest doing it like that to anybody else?
I would say just freeball it. Like, life is too short to not. That's what I was thinking. I was scared, but like, why not? And I was just telling myself, have fun, experience the experience, learn all that you can. And I feel like why not? Like, why not? There's no reason not to.
It worked out for you. But can I tell you a couple of reasons, guys? Like, I gotta go back into my psychology for just a second, why it really did work out for Grace. The people she has on her team. She has an amazing boyfriend. Amazing. When I tell you, I met the kid in Target, and actually, it's one thing I do remember is she said to me real quick, because I think she was nervous to meet me the first day. She said, he said he'd buy me makeup if I walk with a book in my head. And I thought, oh, that's so cute. Like, he's playing with her, and that's cute. And her dad and her mom, like, she just has a team of people that were just like, go get it. And not everybody has that. So, you know, if you are a parent at home and you have a child that could change their life in a career plan, sometimes it's okay to let them go. With the right people, of course, make sure you do your research and stuff. But the way her family did let her go and support her, especially her boyfriend, that had to be scary for him to, like, here's my girlfriend and she's just going to go away for a week and do all these crazy, like, that had to be a little bit, but he just supported her, FaceTimed her every single minute. It was amazing. Her dad was right there just supporting anything he can do in any way to help her. And so fast forward in her story, some of the names are going to probably lead her to really great places. So her success story has everything to do with where she came from. She came from a foundation of people, and every teen needs that, okay? So could I say that you had a higher up hand because of your height or weight or pretty? Yeah. But did it have everything to do with that emotional support that you had that kept pushing you, and the people that love you want you to succeed?
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that, don't let it stop you.
If you don't have that, don't let it stop you. Excellent point. Don't let it stop you. So there were some things that went on, and I want to talk real quick. Danny, tell me your insight on this. This is so off of your radar, but tell me your insight on this.
I think it's amazing. I think it was, I hate something spiritual to get used to mate.
Yeah.
100%. And when you said that you just happened to put this book on your, come on. There's no coincidences. There was a reason you met her.
Yeah.
And the same thing, me and you. I mean, we met in a weird way to start doing the show. And I just think, I like the way you just went for it, because a lot of people will stop themselves because of fear. And fear stops so many careers. It really does. You can't, even though you're scared. Ask Dawn. She got me a gig to try for an acting spot. And listen, I can't even, you give me one sentence, I can't memorize it. They gave me one sentence.
Too much up here.
I was so scared. I was like this. I was horrible. But I still did it. Even though I was scared, I did it. And a lot of people won't do that. And I saw that with you. You went even though you were scared. And fear stops people. So just you not being overcoming your fear, you're going to be a success.
And
just
I have to tell Danny too. I have to tell you, I'm going to keep it real right now because on the show I only keep it real.
And I can tell the way she's sitting. Both of you are sitting nice, and I'm sitting like this. I can tell, you teach models and you're
I'm not allowed to say
this. They're both sitting like really nice.
I'm not allowed to say this too loud, but she's a boss. She's a boss bitch.
Oh, okay.
I try to be.
But seriously, I keep it real on the show, and I'm going to be completely transparent here. She did not have it easy her very first day. There was a lot of cattiness. There's a lot when you're a teenager, especially, and you're a dad to a little girl. Well, not a little girl anymore. She's all grown up, but girl stuff that happens with girls, and it's difficult. And she just overcame emotional challenges and mental challenges. And I watched something
spiritual challenges.
I watched something click in this kid, and she was pretty much like, I'm by myself here. I'm on my own. I have Dawn, but she's not my dad. And I got to do this. And I watched something click in her, and she took all the strength, and that came from a place. And I think it comes from a place, again, I'm going to say parenting and healing, and a place of like, there was someone safe in her life enough to know, like, someone told her, Grace, you can do this. Whatever, whether it's the boyfriend or dad or mom,
you too.
Somebody, and me. I wouldn't stop.
That phone call really saved everything.
Well, technically, I cursed you out after the phone call because I said no, I'm just kidding. One of these keep calling me at 2 a.m. It was actually my pleasure. I'm not kidding. I literally, the next morning, I said, God, please. I knew for you that it was going to be good. I didn't think it was going to be this good, but I knew it was going to be good. And I said, please, God, let her stay. And she had a lot of challenges against her. People aren't so nice. There were, we had some kids there that weren't doing the right things. And like I always go back to, upbringing is everything. But you're such a great kid, and you do things in just such a gracious way. And I know you're in my life for a reason. I cannot wait for the future, and I cannot wait to see where this goes for you. Tell me the first thing that you're most excited about. If you look back on INTA now, what was your highlight moment? Because I know I have mine. What was yours?
Mine was probably the fashion show. because I got to know a lot of the other girls, and like we've gotten to keep in touch. Like they're all over the country, and we're all like, can't wait to see you on Vogue. Like you're gonna be so big.
Now, did you work with Karen Lee on that show?
Yes.
Was that also?
That was a huge deal.
You guys probably don't know who Karen Lee is. She is huge in the industries for models. Once you're in with Karen Lee, it's like you made yourself a career, like Naomi Campbell, like for the old people that know who Kate Moss is, Cindy Crawford. You young people are like, isn't that so-and-so's mom? Yes. They all have daughters that are now trying to be models. But I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but all the old school models, and this is back where, Karen Lee kind of did a lot in the industry, and she actually knows Grace by name. And when everyone was doing callbacks, there's hundreds of girls in the room, she's going like this to me and Grace. Oh, Grace! And I just knew right there. And I said, Karen Lee just said this to Grace, and there's a list, and she's checking her list, and let's see, who's going to be good for you, who's not. You have the pick of the litter at this point. Is there any agency yet that you're thinking of going with, or do you not know yet?
I don't know yet, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Is there anyone that you like?
I like the people at Envy Models a lot.
Okay.
I love Karen Lee.
Okay.
And I would hope to get Wilhelmina, but I didn't get a call back for them, but I still gave them my headshot.
Okay.
So.
You did slip the headshot in?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
She hustles too. That's what I was like, oh, just, who cares if they call? Just give it to them. It's fine. They'll recognize you in the future. Guys, so we're going to take another quick commercial break, and when we come back, we have more to talk about after this message.
Hi, I'm Deacon T with Modern Word Ministries. It's great to be with you today. Just a short little promo for our show. Every Sunday morning we have service, and you can follow us at 10 a.m. Pacific time on modernwordministries.org. And if you missed us or you want to see some of our older messages, go ahead and check us out on socialmediashows.com every single morning at 9 a.m. It's a great way to kick off your day, get a little bit of the word in you, get something uplifting, get you started off on your way. If you're looking for prayer or you need some help, reach out to us. If you go to our website, again, that's modernwordministries.org, you can interact with me via telephone, via DM, text message, whatever you want. I'll get right back to you. So if you need prayer, you need help, you just need somebody to talk to, Modern Word Ministries is here for you. We are your church in the community. So until you see you next time, be blessed, everybody. Bye-bye.
Las Vegas, here we come!
I can't believe we're all moving to Vegas.
I know, right? It's a dream come true.
Wow, super creepy dude.
Mason, stop. I think he heard you.
What if someone walked up in the back of his semi?
She's gone. Someone took her.
Who's that creepy trucker?
What are you doing?
They call me Mother Trucker.
We are back. Vegas Views. We got 8 minutes left. My God, this has been a great show.
That was excellent.
We made fun out of Biden.
Yeah.
We talked UFOs.
Yeah.
We had your model in here that is going to be like a superstar. We're going to be watching her on TV.
Tell me what you think about that story. How crazy is that? This kid,
I love stories like that.
in Target,
Love
gets
stories
picked
like
up,
that.
comes to LA, and her whole life has changed. When her dad, because her dad's in studio today, when we were walking in, he's like, "You took my daughter one way, she came back another way." I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
She just, you can do it, guys. If this is something you want to do, or any occupation, anything, go for it. If you're scared to go back to school, don't be scared. Go for it. If you're scared to be a model, don't be scared. If you're scared to do whatever, just don't be a cop or firefighter. I'm just kidding. Can you imagine? Be a cop. Be a good one, though. Don't cheat on your wife.
And talking about that, especially with her, She went for it, even though you tell her this at 16 kid, hey, you want to be a model? Sure. You want to go to California? Sure. She went for it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will not go for it. I mean, and I get a lot of criticism on my TikToks because I'll say stuff that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'll say nutty stuff. I'll make myself uncomfortable. I'll put the blue eyes in. I'll do this.
Yeah.
And you know what? I do that because other people won't. I can't be like other people because other people are not interested. And you have to stand out. You have to stand out.
Why I have so much respect for you too. Your life leading up to this is destined. But for you to be a content creator, that has to be a little scary, putting yourself out there and then having so many eyes on you as well. So you did the same thing as Grace. You were like, F it, I'm going to leave this occupation and I'm going to do this. And you're so successful doing it. If you don't do it, guys, you don't know. You know, like, can you imagine if you left your last job and didn't do content creating?
It's crazy.
What would your life be like? It wouldn't be you right now. You'd be a different version of you.
And listen, I come off real nice and everything, but I do have a bad temper.
Oh, I know. I
Okay.
can tell.
But
he loses this in gambling. It's his addiction. Watch. But probably if you didn't have your weed at night.
I was a salesperson. And that's what Dawn's saying. I was a salesperson. I was a successful salesperson in Vegas, making over $100,000 a year. Okay. During the pandemic, they cut my salary. And because of the hot temper Italian man I am, I said, you cut my salary? And they said, yeah. I flew back from Denver because I was in Denver selling for them and flew back to Vegas and told them F you and left. I left a $100,000 a year job because they cut my salary. And they didn't cut it a lot. They cut it a little, but it was enough to say, that's disrespectful to me.
Oh, yeah. I would have skipped.
Yeah.
I would have skipped out. Ciao.
I called my girlfriend. I said, get me a flight home. Right?
Was she mad?
She knows that I go on emotions. But anyway, and I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Yeah. I've had so many opportunities. I mean,
and so much success.
I got I've been in like 3 documentaries. My TikTok's going to be in 2 in 2024.
How many followers are you at right now?
I'm at 211,000 followers.
And your last got a couple million hits, huh?
I just had I have 30 videos that are over 1 million.
I don't know if I told you guys this, though. This is what I love about this story, too. Literally, I go places and they link us together, but I go places and I get like, oh, hey, Dawn Sullivan. Oh, my God, I love Danny Miner. The women love you. Men love you. I love the men.
No, the men don't love me.
No, I love
the men hate my guys.
I love the men that hate you, though, because they only hate you because you're good looking. And because that's the only reason, because they're messed up looking and they don't like you because you're good looking and because you're loud and they're scared. You think you could put them in front of a camera and they're going to scream and do weirdo shit? No, they're afraid.
When I did a video this week where I spun on the chair.
I have to see it.
Oh my God. And I was saying cuckoo as I was doing it. So you have to see it. I was going cuckoo.
You swear, no medication, nothing weird. You weren't on like frickin' Thorazine or something whacked out.
But Don, what I'm saying is, you have to do this stuff. Like my girlfriend will hide in the background and goes, "You're so cringy. I can't. How do you do this?"
Right? She calls him cringy.
Listen, if I feel uncomfortable when I'm doing a video, that's when I know I have to send it out.
Yeah.
If you're uncomfortable, that's when you know you got to do it because you're different than everybody else. You're different than everybody else. Everybody else is just sitting there talking. You have to do something to get attention. I throw my glasses. I throw my hat. I do whatever I want.
As you're talking, I'm picturing, and this is so great for this audience to hear, especially because we have a lot of young people that tune in. As you're talking, I'm thinking about the competition, and you're absolutely right because the ones that really showed up and showed out, they didn't let that fear get to them. They did what they had to do. They stood out. They made it a point to stand out no matter what they had to do. And that's exactly what you do, is make them feel something. And that's what the show is all about. Like, make someone feel something real quick. That's what TikTok's about. That's what the runway shows are about. Make them feel something very quickly. And yeah.
And I look at my videos, and there's times I'm like, do I post this? This is so bad. Like, this, like, well, I know people.
Are they borderline? Like,
yeah, I know people back home are like, Danny went friggin' nuts. I know they are.
Yeah.
You know, I know they think I'm crazy. I know they think I'm arrogant. I know they think I'm, all kind of things. But I don't give a shit.
Are you a little arrogant?
I am.
Yeah.
I know I'm good at what I do.
Arrogance, though.
Huh?
You're a good arrogance.
Here's the thing. I know I'm good at what I do. I do.
Yeah.
I know I am.
Yeah.
I know I can speak. I know I challenge people to go live and battle me live on TikTok, and they never take the challenge. I had one guy he was talking about gun control, and I said, let's battle it on TikTok. Let's go live on TikTok, both of us on gun control.
Huh?
And he wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But he had a big mouth until I said, let's do this live on TikTok.
Yeah.
Because when it comes, you're not going to beat me in a debate. You're not. I'm too fast. You're not going to beat me in a debate. I would be a very good politician.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. I can see that.
Well, I told you I can't run for office. My
there.
background would be like, yo, my ex-wife would be in there. I'd be in trouble. You know, I ain't doing
Statute of limitation. I know you're a former gangster. I know you are. I know it's not playing, Danny. I think we have 2 minutes left, guys. Real quick. If you're interested, IMTA, if you're interested in any kind of modeling, any kind of acting, Dawn Sullivan _. Dawn Sullivan _ Guys, tune into social media. Make sure that social media shows is on one of your top favorites. Plug it to your friends. Follow. We're #1. Keep us #1. Keep on watching and send it to people. If you think this shit is funny or entertaining or you just think Danny's nuts, if you think I'm crazy too, yeah. Also, to answer some of your questions, I promise you guys, I know that there are so many questions on Instagram that I have not gotten to. The basic ones again. No, Danny's not single. Yes, he's 55. No, his eyes aren't blue. Yes, he sounds the same. No, he's not AI. Yes, he uses some filters. And no, his voice is real. So I'm just going to cover those because those are the questions I get. I get that. And then
Are you serious?
Yeah. That's what I get about you. Everything I get is, I want to be a model and Danny Miner. And I'm like, is there ever like, oh, not even my aunt. I told you guys a story when I went back to New York and I came, my aunt's like, oh, hi, honey, how are you? She looks at me, doesn't say I look great, but goes, oh my God, I love that Danny Miner. And my other aunt hops in and she's like, oh, he's so funny, isn't he? And they're all fucking downloading you. And I'm like, nobody said I look nice. Hello, I haven't seen you in a few years, but no. No, I'm happy for you though. My whole family loves you. I'm really happy for you.
Listen, and I think I was telling you, I'm starting to get brands reaching out to me now,
Mm-hmm.
which is good. I mean, I'm actually picking and choosing what I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's important. You don't want to be known as like the herpes guy or the weird you know.
Listen, when I was first at 50,000 followers, some brands started reaching out, and they'd say, do a video for $25, $50.
And you would do it?
Of course, I was new. I'd do anything. You know what I mean? I'd do anything, right? So then. I mean, I would do anything. But anyway, now I'm up to over 210,000, 211,000 followers. Now they're like offering me more money. And it's negotiable.
Yeah.
So I did a video for $200 the other day for this brand. It was 60 seconds. I'm thinking to myself, I am now doing 60 seconds videos for $200. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good.
A minute of your time, Danny. Right. A minute of your time.
And you know, I think it's going to get better for me. I think, you know, but you know that I've had producers of TV shows reach out to me and stuff like that. And I think they're scared of me a little bit.
We got to wrap it in 30 seconds because now she looks pissed.
I know. I think they are scared of me because they don't know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, you might.
So if I was somebody, I'd be afraid to sign me too.
Yeah,
I would.
Because he might pop off. You don't know what he's going to say. The good thing is if you have self-esteem and self-worth enough to know, it doesn't matter what Danny says, you still hold a good reputation, so hire him. Why not? TLC, he's right here waiting. Seriously, he needs his own show on TLC.
Real quick, I sent emails out to all the news stations this week.
Did you really?
Yes. And I said, this is me. I want to be your law enforcement expert on your channel.
Oh,
so I send it out to Fox. I send it out to CNN. I send it out to a bunch of
Look for that, Danny's.
I don't think CNN's put me on. Just this is my point. I don't think CNN would want me.
30 seconds, getting yelled at. Dawn Sullivan, Danny Miner, absolutely no meds as far as I know. We don't piss test around here. Still on the weed. Clean eating, health. What else did we cover? Everything else. Guys, if you're a young person, you want in on my industry, I'm a talent agent, Dawn Sullivan _. That's how you can get in touch with me. And we'll go for that. Tell them, Danny, how can we get in touch with these guys?
Just at the Crime Soft.
At the Crime Soft. And congratulations to Grace. She will become a household name. And guys, big things are coming in there. Just so you know how much models make? Just on a runway.
Could I just model like a 55-year-old model?
Again.
ARP.
You said ARP model?
ARP, put me on the cover.
Just cut us.
Like with my side hat like this?
No, it's only $9 a day. You could be that guy.
Did you see me on the ARP thing like this?
Maria, if you don't cut